Excuse me, sir. Question for you. How old were you when you made your first million?
Me personally, not the business?
Yeah, personally.
42.
And what line of business are you in?
I'm in software. I think I've heard of you guys.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'd love
Would
to
you bring it
talk
with
to
you? Is that cool?
That would be awesome.
Awesome. How long have you been a business owner?
This particular company, almost 20 years, and I had one before that for about 6.
What was the most amount of money that you made in a single year?
The company?
Yeah.
We're over $850 million in revenue.
Over 850 billion?
Yes.
What was the best advice you ever received throughout your career? The most pivotal, life-changing advice that you...
I'm going to hesitate to say this is the only great piece of advice I got, but I've given this piece of advice to a lot of people in business setting. And an older guy that when I joined IBM in the 1980s said, look, my advice to younger folks is to spend about 90% of your time on your job and 10% on your career. And I'm like, what does that mean? And he said, look, if you spend 100% on your job, you're going to do a really good job at the job you're in, but nobody's ever going to see you moving beyond that job because you aren't making connections. You're not thinking beyond it. Where do you go next? Spend 80% on your job and 20% run around your career. You're not going to do a good enough job. You're only putting 80%. So he's like, the right balance is put most all of your energy, 90-ish plus percent, into doing a great job with where you're at, but you always want to reserve like 10% of your capacity, make connections, learn about what it takes to go to the next level.